You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here. And before we hop into Abyssteus' deck profile, he wanted me to show you a quick two-card combo on how to establish the infinegate board, which is the Simorgh Link Union Carrier with Apex, Avian, and the Thunderbird equipped. This theoretically gives you an infinite amount of negates, because each time you negate a card, the Thunderbird will summon itself back, making your Avian live once more. So this is a two-card combo requiring Tanky and Fractal, or Rapier, Fractal, basically any way to get Thoroughblade and Ram, Fractal. Any of those combos will get you into it. But without further ado, let's get into it. Some people might know how this combo goes, but I figured it'd be a good idea to do a quick walkthrough. So obviously he goes for the Rat first. He's going to use his own Dryden to pop the Tanky just to get a Zoo Engrave so he can resolve Chak. Go into the Blossom. Blossom specials Fractal. Fractal brings out the Link 4. Going into the Simorgh Link, getting yourself the Karas, adding another Fractal so you can summon your Karas, bring out your next Link. Let's go for the Carrier, equip your Thunderbird, and phase summon Avian. It's a really easy combo that ends on a really strong board. Now, however, this board does lose to Dark Ruler. It is still very strong, and extenders can let you take it even further, like ending on a Dryden on top of all of this. It's some very serious stuff. So, yeah, guys, without further ado, let's hop into Daniel's list, and we can talk more about how the deck functions. Alright, guys, what's going on? LoganJYA here with this past week's GG for free winner, Abyssteus, aka CJ Daniels, with Tri-Brigade Zoodiac Infinegate. So, my friend ended up going undefeated 5-0 with this particular very interesting Zoodiac variant, which is a little bit different from your traditional builds and the one that we just deck profiled. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest and get into this deck. CJ, do you have any shout-outs that you want to give before we get started?
Yeah, shout out Logan for hosting an amazing tournament and always having a great stream. It was a fun time. It was my first time, I think, actually playing in the tournament. Usually I'll come in and commentate, but he's got a good community, and I wish nothing but love to you.
Cheers, brother.
My other shout out would be to Illustrious Cards and Games and Nick Chen for always being there to help me get cards in person and always back theorying. So shout out to him.
All right, sounds good. Nick is a good man. All right, without further ado, we're going to slide into the deck profile. Starting things off, we got one lone copy of Ash Blossom chillin', followed by one Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds, double DD Crow, one Mist Valley Apex Avian, and one Thunderbird. Follow that up with triple Nibiru, triple of the Tri-Brigade Fractal, double of the Karas, triple of the Nerval, and then our Zoodiac package contains one Ram, one Rapier, triple Thoroughblade, and double Whiptail, bringing the monster lineup to a close. So the first thing I want to ask you about is that we clearly see a consolidated Zoo package. Are you happy with the particular lineup that you chose to play, and if you were to make any changes, what would they be?
So thinking about all the Zoo, as strong as they are, I couldn't really fit more as much as I wanted to. Like being able to see Whiptail, if you get full combo, you could end with like a Trident, and if you have a Whiptail in hand, you can have the pop with the Trident. But I just couldn't find the room, and I felt like this was consistent enough because usually you only need to see one Zoodiac. Two, if you see two, and one of them the Thoroughblade, like it just helps. But I felt like this was a pretty solid ratio for this type of build.
Gotcha. And then follow-up question. I see the two DD Crows in the main. What made you decide to play this card in the main deck?
So DD Crow is a really strong card right now. It's good against Virtual World because if you can kind of see how their resources are playing out and you hit a DD Crow at the right time, their turn can end. DD Crow is also really good against Eldritch, which we saw. It's very good against Invoked. It's good against the Mirror Match as well if you know how to play it, and it's really good against Zoodiac. It just kind of fits its way into the format, along with it's also searchable due to one of the Link monsters. When he's sent to their graveyard, he could search a Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast, which is Ominous Omen, which you could talk about.
Gotcha. Alright, so that wraps up the monster lineup. Let's slide into the spells and traps. We got the one Sacked by the Grave, triple Fire Formation Tanky, one Foolish Burial, one Harpy's Feather Duster in the main. Follow that up with the Monster Reborn, only one copy of Pot of Avarice, one of the Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault, double of the TTT, and wrapping it up with the God card, Zoodiac Bayrage. So in the Spell and Trap lineup, the biggest thing that sticks out to me is that you're only choosing to play one pot of average. Were you happy with only playing one, or do you wish you have played more?
So I playtested with it a lot, where it's 3, 2, and 1. I've realized that it's one of those cards where I'm taking a huge risk. Yeah, I'm shuffling cards back, but because the Tri-Brigade really revolves around being in the graveyard, you can't risk not like having monsters to banish in your graveyard to keep playing. It's good late game when you've used all your materials and they break the infinegate, but other than that, it's just like if I see it, I see it, like okay, and if I don't see it, I don't miss it.
Alright, let's rock through the trap lineup. We got triple of the Imperm, 1 copy of Trap Trick, and then triple of the Tri-Brigade Revolt. So we saw you play Revolt in the tournament. It did come up, and it was pretty cool when it did. And obviously the 1 copy of Trap Trick. How did that function for you?
So Tri-Brigade Revolt is a broken card. The fact that it triggers your Nerval to search, it triggers your Blossom, which is your Link 2 to search, and this is like having Pot of Avarice without the draw, because it puts your monsters from your banish pile back into your graveyard to reuse them to play. And Trap Trick just says, I'm either a copy of Infinite Impermanence, which is a really good card right now, or I'm going to be a Tri-Brigade Revolt. So I'd rather see four copies of either one of my traps with it.
I think that makes sense. It's something. Would you consider ever bumping up the Trap Tricks, or is the 1 just the good number?
The one's just a good number. I mean, usually if I see either one of the traps, they're going to be used and helpful. Usually they're not dead in most matchups, but it's just what it pretty much is what any other. It's like having a 4th copy of either one of my traps. So whatever I need at that specific time, I can reach out and grab for.
All right, sounds good. Let's move on to the side deck. Starting it off, we got 2 copies of the Zoo King Alpha, 2 Artifact Lancias. The remaining 2 Ash Blossoms are chilling in the side. We got double Dark Ruler No More, triple Lightning Storm, triple Xyz Encore, and then 1 copy of Red Reboot. Now when it comes down to the side deck, I can already tell that this is a side deck that's well adapted to the meta of the GG for free. But my big question comes down to the Xyz Encore. How did this function for you?
So I play this deck for my remote duels, and I've been playing it for a while. And the one thing I realized with this is that it's a very, very hard matchup against any variant that's playing Numeron. So XYZ Encore was in the deck before Virtual World kind of took off, but I had the choice to keep XYZ Encore because it's also good against the VFD Turbo deck, which is Virtual World, and it also stops the Guru, not the Guru deck, the Numeron deck, because Zexal is just a pain of a card and shouldn't really be a thing, but it is.
Indeed. Alright, so there's a little bit of an explanation in case you guys are wondering about the Xyz Encore. Now let's move on into the extra deck to wrap this up. We got 1 copy of the AA-Zues, 1 copy of Borbow, double Chakanine, 1 Dryden, 1 Hammer Kong, and 1 Tiger Mortar. We got 1 copy of Ancient Warrior's Oath, Double Dragon Lords. Double Dragon, that's cool. 1 Megaclops, 1 Simorgh Link, 1 of the Baron Blossom, one of your favorite cards, 1 of the Silver Sheller, double of the Ominous Omen, and then the 1 Union Carrier, bringing the extra deck to the close. So, the one question that sticks out to me is, was 1 AA-Zeus enough? And then I want to leave room for you to commentate on your extra deck.
Okay, so Zeus, another problem I realized with this deck where it's kind of annoying is Dragoon. So the reason why that the Zoodiac package is also very small is because you only need to see 1 card to access Zeus, which is an out to Dragoon or anything that is non-target. Granted, your Link 4, which is the Ominous Omen, is a non-targeting banish. It still takes a lot to get to him, and that's a lot of resources you don't really want to sacrifice on that 1 card right away, where I could just use 1 Zoodiac monster and summon Borbo, and then summon a bunch of others, bait out an Nibiru and Zeus, where if my opponent Nibiru's me, it still clears the Dragoon, which is the problem, and Zeus is one heck of a card. Like it's helped against back row. It's good against it's good in tandem with Dark Ruler. Like there's really just no downside to this card specifically, and it's crazy.
And then anything else from the extra deck that you'd like to add a comment on? I think anyone who doesn't know who's watching right now, the Union Carrier and the Simorgh Link are what come together to make the Infinegate combo. So, anything else that you want to commentate on in the extra?
Yeah, so I see a lot of builds that are playing the Link to Gladiator Beast, which is a Wind Beast. The OC, so I've been following this on the OCG as well. They play that so they can get access to Simorgh. But the combo that I've found and made with this and kind of tuned to myself for the INFINEGATE is that the Wing Beast that you really need is your Link 4, which counts as your Wing Beast because you'll usually have a either Fractal, Karis, or Nerval on field and a Blossom, and then you use the monster effect to summon out the Omen. So then you would link away the Blossom and the Omen to make your Simorgh. And another card that people don't really realize is, so it's got its niche uses, but it's not the best one, but it comes up for the INFINEGATE, is the Silver Sheller. It's a Earth Beast Warrior, so if I don't use Kara's effect to banish and summon the Omen, that's the last monster I'm going to summon from that's in the main deck, because I use him and Silver Sheller because they're both Earth to make the Union Carrier to make the INFINEGATE.
That makes sense. And we did see you summon the Ancient Warrior Oath, which was actually pretty cool. At first I was a little sus. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't see a single Ancient Warrior monster. And then we remembered that it can banish and special. So that there was quick clarification there. I also chose
the Ancient Warrior because it's one thing I'm starting to realize more and more is that Dino has a really awkward way to answer this that makes them go out of their way, because they can't set this face down, but when they go to battle phase, I could just return the UCT to their hand, which is a big threat in the meta right now. Because, I mean, Dino comes up once in a while, and when it comes up, if you're not prepared for it, you're most likely losing, because that deck is crazy with 3 miscellaneous horrors.
Very true. Very true. And we're going to have to wait and see in December to see if that Misk, if chaining Misk becomes less common, if it takes a hit. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, all that good stuff. CJ Daniels is a recurring character on this channel. Go back down in the description down below to see a classic upload of his commentary with a deck that he helped build with a Dragon Duelist. That's all I got for you today, guys. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day.
Bye.